So we said that, right? We'll have a separate session on string because it is really not a uh, basic data type because it can store more than one value. So what we have seen till now with the int and float, it could save only one value, right? Okay, but now the string can store multiple. So example, if I say var one, okay, or let me put as str one. Still Python is coming up. Might be slow for some time. Okay, so I'm going to say str1 and I say equal to, I can say a. So in this case, it is storing one character basically. Okay, but of course you can have a string which can have multiple characters, right? It can have a space, it can have a, special
Special
character,
character.
a number, right? So anything can be stored in string. Okay. Now to save in string, we can use double quote as we have seen here, or you can even use single quote. Okay. So I can even say str3 equal to say good evening. Okay. You could say. So here you can store. So either ways is correct. Okay. There is absolutely no problem. You can even use triple quote. I can say str4 equal to, okay, hi there. Okay. Now, if I use triple quote in like this without saying equal to, it becomes a comment,
Comment. Okay.
line comment. Okay. But when you say equal to here, it is actually a variable which has a value high there. Okay. I can even say str5 equal to say good night. Okay. And you can start printing them all. You can see all of these are accepted practice. So I'm going to say print str1, okay, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to say str2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll say str5, str4, str3. Okay, let me close my WhatsApp.
It will print those strings.
Okay. Okay. So now let's run this. I'm going to go here to run, and I say run E1. Okay. So you see this, values got printed. So while you are assigning a variable, string variable, or you are using a string value to a variable, you can use any of these quotation, single quotation, double quotation, or triple quotation. Okay. But what you have to keep in mind is whatever you begin with, same thing you have to end with. I cannot begin with double and end with single. Okay. It is not accepted. So whatever you start with, so Python knows, okay, this is the start. So I have to look for corresponding ending quotation to know the content inside a string. Okay. So whatever you have, this is important for to know. Okay, whichever um, whichever quotation you plan to start, same thing you have to use it to close the quotation. Okay, you can't use something else. You can use anything else, triple or double or single to start with, but same quotation has to be used to close it, right? Okay, just give me a second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So there's a second point, and when these are
So
used,
where we can use a single quotation, where we can use double quotation, where we can use a
okay,
triple quotation.
so there is no restriction. Okay, there's
Okay.
absolutely no restriction where you want to use. These are the options to you, and you can use
Okay.
any, based on whatever you want to use. Okay, so there is no restriction as such, where to use, when to use. Okay,
Mm.
but okay, but there are some situations where you might find it useful. For example, let's say I want to print what's your name. Okay, so if I go and I say print, if I start with single, okay, and I copy this and I put it here, okay. So what is happening here? Okay, since I am using single quotation here, so for this quotation, this is treated as closing quotation, right? Because it's going to look for corresponding single closing quotation. So if you start your string with single quotation, the next single quotation is assumed, okay, as the closing one. So these things come out of your quotation and you get syntax error. Okay. So in this case, okay, it is advisable you use double quotation. In this case, doesn't matter because when you start with double quotation, it will look for the corresponding double quotation. So this single quotation is not treated as a opening quotation because you already got an opening quotation, right? Which is this double one, right? So this will not be treated as opening. Okay, so it is going to look for the corresponding double here, right? So now when I run it, it's fine. Okay, now you tell me, okay, I want to use, okay, I want to use single quotation here, okay, here, okay, and here too. How do I correct this? I want to use single quotation as opening and closing. I want to use the single quotation here. Okay, how do I do that? How do I correct this? See, one option is you use double, right? If you use double, it gets corrected, right? But correct it using single quotation.
We'll take one more single quotation after the before this.
No, so it becomes a two separate string, right? And then you have to put a plus sign to connect them, right? And if you put plus sign, the apostrophe is gone, right? You get what's your name. So what you're doing is you're trying to create two separate strings, right? So, so remember we discussed about escape sequence. Escape sequence is that immediately next character you ignore. The special meaning is lost, right? So here quotation has a special meaning of closing the bracket, right? But we are trying to close or we are trying to uh, we are trying to remove that special meaning of this single quotation. So to do that, you can use this one. Okay. Right. So when I run it, this is also going to give you same result. This is also going to give us same result. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So this is this is how you can use single or double. Okay, if you want to use the character inside this, okay, you can use with the escape sequence. Okay, I'll take another example and we'll see the usage. Okay, so I'm going to say, generally this is what you see in the novel, like he asked, what's your name, right? Now, if I have to print this, okay, and if I use double also, there's a problem. If I use single also, this is a problem because if I use double, okay, these two double is going to create a problem, right? Here, this is treated as closing, and then this is problem, right? Or if I use single also, there's a problem, right? One option is you use whatever you want to use, and then you give a slash here, escape sequence here. So these two will be treated as special. You can give here also, but not required. Okay, but you can give here as well. Okay, and you get that exact output that you wanted. Or you can replace this with triple quotation. Okay. Right. So this is how you can declare and use string values. Okay. The next thing that we will be seeing is how to see when you say print str, it has printed complete str1, right? Okay, I'm going to cut this str5 and put it here. We'll focus on str5. So when I say str5, it printed complete str5. Next, we're going to see how do you access each each character from here. I just want this first O to be printed, or I just want this D to be printed. Okay. So of course, to be printed, you need to use print str5. Okay. Now, if you want to print a subset of the character, not the complete character, you have to use square braces. Okay. Square braces is used to calculate subset of the actual word, okay, actual string. In fact, you will see that square bracket is used to get subset of anything, okay, whether it's string or list or tuple or pandas or numpy. Okay, we are going to use this square bracket almost every day from now on. Okay, this is used to get subset. Now you tell me, I want, so D is which character number?
This is for number. Starting will be 0 only, but this for 5.
So starting is 0, then D becomes 4, isn't it? 0, 1. Okay. So this is your 0, this is your 1, and this is your, this O is 2, this O is 3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3.
0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 only. Yeah.
Right. So I'll go and put 3. Okay. Now when
Okay, if you want to print only the particular string, the character.
Correct. D.
Yeah.
I want to print, let's say G. Then what will I give?
4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So I give 7. Okay. So we'll use print and we'll try to understand this. Okay. So let's say we have good night, right? So G O O G space N I G H T, right? So we said this G is 0. This O is 1, 2, 3, single space 4, 5, right? 6, 7, 8. So if you want G, you have to say 6. Python also has.
Sir, NIGHD. N is 5, I is 6.
Oh, sorry. Right. Sorry. So you're right. I missed I, right? So 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? So this is your 7. So, so if you want G, you need to say 7 and you will get G. In Python, as I said, right? You have this, we call them as indices, okay? Index or indices, okay? Plural is indices, singular word is index. So the index starts from left to right and starts from 0. So it goes on to up to 0, 1, 2. And the last one will be total length minus 1. Okay. So total length, we have a function called len. Okay. If I want to know the total length of good night, I will say, okay, total characters in str5 is or something like this. We go and say comma len. Okay, len is an inbuilt function that gives the number of values in the string. So I'm going to say len of str5. Okay, now when I run this, so you see you will get total characters in str is 10, isn't it? Is it 10?
0 to 9. Okay, fine.
No, how come it is 10? 5 plus 5, 10, right? But we got 9 here. Oh, okay. We started
0.
from 0, right? So total characters are 10, but index starts from 0 and goes up to n minus 1 or len minus 1. Okay, len is 10, so it goes up to len minus 1 because the counting starts from 0. But if I ask you how many, you will not say this is 0, right? This is 1, right? So the the index starts from 0 to length minus 1, right? So 9. So this we call it as forward index. Okay, you're counting it from left to right. Okay, and this is true about most of the programming languages. Python also supports this backward or right to left index. Okay, and right to left index starts from -1. So this T is also your 9, also your -1. H is also -2. This is -3, -4, -5, -6, -7,
Space.
-8, -9, and -10. So here index starts from -1 to minus.
Here space won't count, sir, for here.
No, space we counted. 4 is space only.
Okay, 6
4
minus
or
6.
minus
Okay.
6. Yeah. -6 is space only. Right. So here, right to left, the index starts from -1 to -10. So you have 0 to 9 and also -1 to -10. So if you want to print H, okay, I can also say 8, okay, or I can also say, what is this? -2. Okay, both of these will give us H. Okay, so you can get counting, you can have from left to right or right. Okay, so this is about index. So now what we have seen how to get one character, right? But let's say I want to get multiple characters. If you want to
Okay.
get multiple character, I want to get OOD. I just want to print odd or ood, right? OOD is
1 to 4 you can say.
correct. So 1 to 4, but remember, we did this in range. In Python, the indexing, left one is including, but right one is excluding. Okay. If I want to print OD, okay, I have to say from 1, okay, to 1, 2, 3, so 4 I have to give. Only then it will print up to 3. Okay. So if I say print and I say 1 colon 4. So when I say 1 colon 4, it will give index. So 2, you write colon. Okay, colon, colon is for 2. And like I said, right, we'll be using same for all the other data structure that we will discuss later. So starts from 1. So you have G, sorry, O, and goes up to 4, which is 2, 3. Okay, so O, O, G. Okay.
Okay.
If you don't want, can you give me 2 minutes? Okay, I need to make an urgent call. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll be back. Okay.
Hello.
Vishnu, just give 2 minutes. I need to be. I need to
Yeah.
be attend
Okay,
call.
sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm back. Guys. Sorry. I had to make one call.
Yes, sir.
So yes. So this is how you access. Okay. The substring, we call it. Okay. Part of a string, substring. Okay. So you give the starting index and you give up to the index. Okay. Now so it is up to. So if you have to print 3, you have to go one level beyond. Okay. So you have to say 4, right? Now tell me, I want to print go. How will I print?
Only go 0 and 3.
0 colon 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. If I say 0 colon 3, what did you get?
Okay. 0, 2. You can say, sorry.
Right, because we want 0, 1 only, right? So if you want 1, you have to go up to, okay, so, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so okay. Now, so what Python says is, okay, that if you are okay, we'll come back to it later. Now let's say using index only. Okay, one option is I want to print. The question is I want to print everything. I want to print from G to T. Okay, I want to print from G to T. Okay, but I want to print using this index. One option is yes, I say str5. That's all. No index, right? It's going to print everything. But using index, how can I get it printed?
Print only.
I want to print whole thing, good night, but using indexes, not without indexes.
Sorry, voice is not audible. Can you please?
No, I want to say, I'm saying that I want to print everything. I want to print good night
Okay.
using indexes. One option is to just say print str5, right? One option
Yeah.
is just say str5, it will print. But I want to print good night using indexes. So I want you to use this square bracket and
Okay.
value?
10 we can say.
Hmm?
10.
0 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So, okay. So
Yeah.
this is how you print everything using index. Now, what Python says is, if you are printing it from first, okay, remember in range also, you can set 0, 5. What it says is, anyway, you are printing from beginning, from 0. You're printing from 0, then you don't have to say 0, mention 0. If you're printing from beginning, don't even mention it. Okay. So if I don't put 0 here, still is going to print from 0. If I don't mention, it's going to print from first. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it? So it says that if you're printing from first, you don't mention it. So because before colon, it is always from where you want to print. Okay. So I want to print from 0. If you're printing from 0, just, you can write 0. I mean, not that you can't, but it says even if you don't write, I will understand that you want to print from beginning. Okay. If you want to print from beginning, don't mention it. Okay. I will know that you want to print from beginning. Same thing in range also, right? If you wanted to do if you want range from 1 to 5, you have to say 1, 5. But if you want range from 0 to 5, you just mention 5, because the 0 is default mentioned, right? Same thing comes here.
Yeah.
It says that if you want to print from beginning, don't even mention it. I will know that you want to print from beginning, and it has to be 0. Okay. So if you're printing from
Yeah.
beginning, don't even mention it. If you don't mention it, it understands that you want to print from beginning. So see, there is no difference in the output. Okay. Same thing happens when you are printing up to the last character. If you are printing up the last character, it says don't mention it. I know that you want to print up to last character. Okay. So if before colon, if there is no value here, left of colon, there is no value. It means you want to print from beginning. After colon, if there is no value, it means you want to print up to last. Okay. So this is about your forward or left to right indexing. Now the next question is, I want to print night using backward indexing.
-1 to -1, -2, 3, 4, 5. -1 to -5.
-1 to -5.
Yeah.
Okay. So shall I run it and see what happened? Nothing is printed.
-5 to -1.
-5 to -1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. First thing that you have to remember is
Then why the
from.
T is
Wait,
not
we'll
printing
talk
here?
about it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that we need to understand, as you said, is it is always from the lower value to higher value. Okay. The left side from is always lower to higher. Your water always flow from higher level to lower level, right? It doesn't flow from lower to higher. Same way, when you're counting, it is always from the the positive side. When counting, it is always like from lower to higher, 0 to 5, 1 to 10. You can't say 10 to 1, right? Same thing here between -1 and -5. -5 is smaller, so it has to -5 to -1. Okay, that is first thing. Second thing, you know that the last character is up to, right? It's not including. I wanted night t. T is -1, right? I want -1 to also be printed, isn't it? If you do not give this minus, if you if you give -1, what it means is you want to print up to -2, correct? This up to, it is not including, isn't it?
Then we can remove that -1.
What would I put?
0.
0? 0 is where? 0 is towards the left.
Oh, no, not 0.
0 is towards left. You can't include, you know, uh, you say a state is Telangana, you are including a city from Gujarat, right? Not possible, right?
Yeah.
So it is nothing. As I said, right? When you put nothing, Python understand
We
that.
can leave it. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
When you don't print anything on the right,
Sir, suppose if I want to print only IGH.
no, -2 you give, no. H also you want, right?
IGH only.
GH only, right? Yes. No.
IGH.
IGH. Okay. So let it come. GH. So GH means you have to say -1, right? So -1 means it will go up to -2, right? Or I. So I, this is what? -1, -2, -3, -4, right? So you say -4, -1.
HGA.
You tell me.
Yeah. First time when I need the H means reverse. -2 to 3, 4. Okay. -2.
So tell me if the string is from A to B, right? How can you print from B to A? If you want to print B to A, first you have to reverse the string, isn't it? Right? So first you reverse the string. Okay.
Yeah.
First you reverse the string. Okay. And we'll talk about how to reverse the string in some time. Okay. Uh, we will talk about different functions that are there in string. We will talk about it. Once you reverse it, then you can print the reverse value, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is about indexing. Any question?
No, sir. As of now, no.
Okay. Next concept you have to understand, okay, is something called as mutable and immutable. Okay,
Yeah.
mutable, immutable. Mutability means can you change the value of a variable? For example, I say str1 equal to hello. Okay, I want to change. Okay, I want to change h to y. If all the other characters want to keep it as it is, ELLO as it is. Okay, I want to change h to y. Just h to y. How will I do it?
Mutable versus immutable.
No, forget about immutable, immutable. I'm just asking you. We'll talk about what I'm talking about. I want to change only h character. See, it is hello, HELLO, right?
Okay.
I want
Yeah. Means like str one of 0 equal to, we can assign some other string character.
hmm,
Correct, sir?
no. I didn't get you.
str1 of 0 equal to
str1 of I'll do it here. str1 of 0 equal to
we'll change the character, right? So we can give lowercase h. Okay, anything is fine.
I wanted y. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So you're saying this. Okay. Now what happens is, okay, when I run it, okay, you get error code. Okay, error code is line number 29. Okay, str does not support item assignment. Okay, str doesn't support item str. What it means is you cannot edit a value. Once you declare a value to a variable, you cannot edit it. You cannot edit it. Okay, so you want to keep str as original value, but you want to edit just one value of it. It is not allowed. Okay, so we call string as immutable. Immutable, you can't mutate it, you can't edit it. So
So
strings
string
are,
is mute.
yes, strings are immutable. That means once you assign the value, you cannot edit it. I can say str, okay, let me comment it. I can say str1 equal to yellow. Okay, why it's not like this. Yeah, this is fine. What you are doing is you are replacing the value. Replacing is acceptable. I'm going to replace the, this is different than editing it. What I'm saying,
Okay.
I am pointing str to a different set of values now. In first case, what I'm doing is, it's like this. You know, let's say you want to go and get milk and oil, for example. Bad example, but just to understand it. You take a container and you go, you take milk. Okay, in the same container, you can't take oil, isn't it? You need to have different container, right? You need to have different containers. So you can say str2 equal to yellow. This is like using different container, which is fine. Or what you have to do is, first you have to take the milk, empty it, clean it, then go and take oil in it. This is what we are doing here. This is taking the milk and emptying it. When I say equal to, the old value is lost. Here, we are trying to, put oil in milk, isn't it? Did you get the difference?
Yes, sir.
So strings are
So
immutable. You cannot edit it. You cannot say of zero.
but we can replace entire string.
Sorry.
We can replace the string, entire string we can, it is
Correct.
possible. But the character, the particular character of one in the string is not changing.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can reassign a total new value.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's how the strings work. Okay. So this is another trick which I wanted to say. And next one is adding string. Okay.
So it won't concatenate also, right?
I didn't get you. Sorry.
Adding means concatenating the two strings.
Concatenating. Yes. So you can concatenate two strings. I can say, okay, so this one, what I can do is,
String 2 we can say.
okay, I'm saying str1 equal to str of y plus str1, because till now str1 is still hello only. Okay, you can read it, so I can read it. So reading will be from 1 to the last. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I am concatenating two strings. So this is called concatenation. I'm taking y, which is a character, and then from str1, okay, str1 after 32 step it becomes yellow, right? Till here it is still this hello only. So I'm saying 1 to the end. So yellow is added and became yellow.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you want to make it y, you can say here plus y. So what we have done is we have concatenated. Okay. You can have multiplication also in string. So if I say 3, what does that mean? So first, what is, so when you have plus and into, first which will be calculated, which will be evaluated first? Into.
Then usually
What was
multiplication.
yes. So you have this plus into 3. So first w into 3 is evaluated. W into 3 is 3w. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is giving us 3w. And now yello and 3w. If you want to multiply whole thing, and your
3 times.
so yellow is repeated 3 times. Yellow, yellow, and yellow. So multiplication will multiply the string into that many number of times. If you want to repeat something more than once, you just say multiply n times, 2 times 2, 10 times 10. Good, 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 good.
Yes, sir. Good. Okay. Like that, we can concatenate. We can replace the character.
Yeah.
But usually, if you are using a str1 of 0 equal to some other character, it won't accept. It's because it's immutable.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, sir.
Just a second, just a second. Yeah. I'm back now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, so we have done this. Next one we'll see is how to iterate through this, how to go through each of the value. Okay. Now let's say I want, so we said, right, that there are multiple way you can implement for loop, right? You can
Yeah.
implement for loop using multiple ways, right? So we use for loop using first using range. Now we will implement using string. So you can take a string. So this is str1, right? And I can say here for I in not range, I'll say str1. Now I'll say print I. So how many times this is loop will run? This loop is going to run your, let's start.
We
Yes.
can remove. Okay.
Yes. So this is going to run. So yellow is 6 word, right? Yellow plus yellow plus W. 6 into 3, 18 times this loop is going to run. I'm going to delete this 3 to see. Okay. So if you're saying I in range, okay, sorry, yeah. When you say I in range, it takes the value from range, and then I takes those values. Here I'm saying I in str1. So I is going to take value from str1 and going to print that. Okay. This is going to run 6 times now. Okay. If you want to do a count, if I want to print 6 odd number, right? If you want to print 6 odd numbers, I can say this. I can say st number equal to 0. I'm going to say print st number, and I'm going to say st number plus equal to 2. Okay. And now when I run it, you see, you'll get 6 odd numbers, even numbers, right? Not odd numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this is how you can print, you can, loop, okay, using string. So when you say in string, it's going to take the value from the string every time the loop is run. Okay, and the loop will run the number of characters in your string.
So here ST number you assign as a 0, right, initially.
First number, yes.
First it will print 0 only, then again
Correct.
it will increment to 0,
Two.
ST number equal to 0 plus 2.
Yes. It becomes 2.
Then that will be 2.
And then 2 plus 2.
So
4.
what is the breakpoint here, sir? How many
There's
times
no
it will run?
breakpoint. For loop means what? For loop has breakpoint. It will run from I till the end of, beginning to the end. So str has how many characters? 6 characters. So it's going to run 6 times. See, range is going to
Okay.
give
Yeah.
it 6 numbers. So str1 is generating 6 characters. That's all. And I is going to take value of each character
No,
every
here
time.
directly. No, 1 second, sir. In the str1 of hello and str1 of y plus str1 plus double that one,
Mhm.
and print str means in the print str directly it will print hello only, right?
Hmm. Yes. But I'm
Yeah.
not using
Here
I,
in
no. I'm not printing I. Correct.
in the for I in str1 means this will take
Yellow.
the printing value of the str1, right?
Correct. No, str1, okay, is to tell the loop run that many number of times. It's going to run that many number of times.
Okay.
That's it.
So how many times it will run means based on the string value,
Yeah,
characters in string, that many times that will run.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay, so these are some of the concepts that we need to know. Okay, and there's one more concept, del, and again, this can be used for anything. Okay, so del means delete. So when I say delete str1, okay, and now if I'm going to print, yes, it is like as if str1 was never there. Okay, so you will get error code, name str is not defined. Del means delete, remove the complete existence of that variable. It will remove the complete existence of the variable. So when I say del str1, it removes del as if del was never created, del was never used, never assigned any value. So this is how you can use it, and you can use it to delete any object. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So apart from that, there are few functions that we need to discuss. Okay. Functions are so see when we talk about class and object. Okay. Basically, let's have a brief introduction of class. What is class and object? Basically, based on your experience, what do you think a class is and object is?
Class is like a blueprint of an object.
Yes.
Correct, sir?
Correct. But what is class?
Skeleton, we can say. Skeleton of, if, let's say example, if you want to construct a house, first we need a design, right? So what are the
So
requirements we need for the
I
best house?
don't think that's a skeleton, okay, because class has all the functionalities, right? You
Ah,
create variables, you write the functions, isn't it? So do we call it as uh, uh, do you call it as skeleton?
yeah, class is, we can call it a skeleton only.
I didn't get you, sorry.
No, class is like a blueprint, right?
Blueprint. True, that is true. Okay, but but so then what is object then?
No idea, sir. Exactly, I don't know.
Okay, so see, in simple terms, what happens is, okay, we see, for example, string. Okay, so now we generally will be using more than one string, isn't it? Okay, or we will use more than one say integer, or we'll be using more than one pandas variables. Okay, so and when we say integer, okay, for example, when I say I have a dog at home, right? So will you ask me how many legs it has?
Sorry, I need
No.
to.
So if I tell you that I have a dog at my home, so no, will you ask me how many legs it has?
No.
No, right? But you can ask me what is the color, or will you ask or not?
Yeah.
You can ask, right? So what is happening is when we say class means we define some properties, okay, that can be used by multiple objects. You don't have to tell, right? The reason why we teach student A for apple, B for ball is they know what is apple, they know what is ball, right? So in future, when they see a ball like thing, they will say it is ball, right? Or when they see apple fruit in the store, the children can recognize, oh, this is apple, this is umbrella, right? So when we teach somebody, what is apple, so what happens is the structure is registered in mind, correct? If I, I tell you this is banana, so what happens that the structure, the color, shape, size, you know, is registered. So when I say dog, you know that dog has 2 ears, 4 legs, one tail, blah blah blah, right? So when you say blueprint, it means what? There are some set of characteristics that is associated with a class. Okay. So when I define a class string, okay, I will add some properties to it. So properties, okay, there are two types of properties. Okay, one is your variables, like number of legs, number of tail, number of ears, number of eyes. Okay, so in programming world, you have those as variables. We call them as variables. So class will have some variables and some functions. So like dog can run, dog can jump, dog can bark. If I tell you dog is running, will you be surprised? No, because
No.
we know that dogs can run. But if I tell you dog is singing, if I say dog is barking, no, you'll not be surprised. But if I say dog is singing, you'll be surprised because dog singing is not a function of class dog, right? So we assign. So coming back to our Python program, what we do is we create a class and we give some variables and some functions. So whenever we create an object of the class, those functions and variables are automatically inherited, called by the object. Okay. So the class itself has no use. Dog itself has no use. Okay, you know how a dog looks like, and you know the characteristics of dog. But if you don't see on the road, if you don't see in your house, if you don't see around, then there is no meaning of dog, right? So string class is defined. It is already defined in Python. If we don't use it, there's no meaning of string. So for example, okay, when I say str1 equal to something, okay, this str1 is created as object of class string. Okay, so this str1 is like I have a dog, saying that I have a dog. It is like saying that I have a string. I have a string variable. Okay, the moment I say I have a string variable, you know that it can perform some task, and this is what we are going to learn. What are the tasks that string can perform? We know what task dog can perform, but what task a string can perform? Okay, so strings can perform, and as I told you, right, class is not seen. Okay, you only know class. You will only hear the object because object is what we use. So when I say str1 equal to some string value, str1 becomes an object of string. And to know the properties of str1, we say str1 dot. All these are the properties of string. Okay, you cannot use
Okay.
what is not there here. You can use what is there here. Okay, so here first one that you'll see is called title. Okay, so title is about title case. In title case, we have um, first character as capital, right? So if I define, okay, so if I define str1 equal to how are you doing today? Okay, this is the string I've defined. Now the moment I say print str1 dot title, okay, these are functions, so it will have open and closing bracket. And when I run it, okay, so you get str1 is not defined because okay, I given this print. I give it this print. Now I run it to see what happened. Title case, what it has done is it has capitalized the first character of every word, irrespective of what you gave. Okay, so title is like dog can run, telling the dog can run. So a string can convert the input value into title case. Title case means first character of every word. So H capital, A capital, Y capital, D capital, T capital is possible. Okay.
Okay.
So this is what we call as capabilities or functions of string. Okay. And we're going to learn. Is it okay? We'll continue for next 15 minutes. 8:30 we'll wrap
Yes,
up.
yes, sir.
Okay. And tomorrow, Vishnu, we have to meet little early. Okay. 7 o'clock. I have got some engagement. Okay. So we will meet around 5:30.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay. We'll meet around
5
5:30.
o'clock is fine.
5 o'clock is fine. So let's meet at 5 o'clock. So by 6,
Yeah.
6:30 we'll wrap up. And then Sunday
Yeah.
also same 5 o'clock we'll meet.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay. Tomorrow I'm available in the morning also. So morning also if you say, but let's not meet in the morning. Let's keep in the evening only. Okay.
Okay.
So tomorrow 5 o'clock we'll meet. Okay.
Mhm.
And uh, and Sunday also 5 o'clock we'll meet. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So hopefully by Sunday we will be able to finish functions, which will be like 50% of our syllabus. Okay.
Yeah.
So this week we'll finish 50%, and it will take more than a week. So let's see. Tomorrow is 26, 27, 20. So I'm hoping that around this time, 7 to 10, this week, second week of July, right? Second week of July, we'll be able to wrap up our course. Okay.
So second week of July we'll finish it. This things
Yes,
are
completely. Yes. Yes.
completely.
And I'll give you some assignments as well. Once we complete the basics, I'll give you some assignments. Okay. Programs I'm already giving you on daily basis. right? So,
Yeah.
um, so that will be it. And if you see the document which I have already shared on day one, okay, okay, there will be some assignments in that document.
Yes, yes, I saw that one. Yeah.
Okay, so today we are not today. Tomorrow we'll finish string. So there are some assignments on the string document at the end of the string. So do work on those assignments.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So coming back to our thing. So this title is going to convert into title case. I'm going to say that new title. Now, so see, there are a lot of functions, and how do you get is you have to go to docs.google.com, docs.google. Not Google, sorry, Python, python.org. Sometimes I lose my mind. So docs.python.org, this is the website. You go there, and in there you type, string. Okay. So when you say docs.python.org string, no, so this is the website. You open, and once you open, then you search for this. Search for string. Okay, it will give you all the functions which are there in string, and what parameters it takes, what output it gives. Okay. So you try to see today and tell me tomorrow if you are not able to find it. Okay. You don't have to go through each of them today itself. We are going to do few more tomorrow, and beyond that you do it. So what are common generally we use, we'll do it. Okay.
Yeah.
But you just go to document and you see all the other functions which are defined in string. Okay. So today you try. Today you try to open this and see. If you're facing any problem, tomorrow I'll open it and I'll show you how to go about doing it. Okay. First you try today. Okay.
Yeah.
docs.python.org. Okay. You try to open it. Okay. Going back to our function. So this is title. So so there's another function called as is. Is like asking a question. It is like is it title. So I'm going to say I'm going to delete it. Okay, str1 dot is. So you have is alpha, is lower, is alnum. Okay, alpha means is it alphabet. Okay, now you tell me
Alphabetic ladder.
how. No, alphabet means A to Z, right? So tell me if it's going to return either all the is functions is something is going to return true or false. Okay, yes or no. So you tell me in this case is alpha is going to return true or false.
So, yes, sir. True only.
Why?
All alphabets on right here.
Like which one are all of it? Tell me.
In the string one, how are you doing today? There is no numbers in that one.
There's no numbers, but do you have space?
Spaces.
When you were in LKG and when teacher asked you to write alphabet, did you write space there?
No, no.
No, right?
Yeah.
Alphabet is not a space. Okay. So if I,
Okay.
alphabet not no
It
reverse.
considers alpha.
Space
Yeah.
is not an alphabet. Okay. If I run it, you get false. Okay. Simply
Okay. Okay.
because the space is not alphabet. Okay. So if I just say str equal to how, okay, now you will get true. Okay, HOW is alphabet, right? So you get true. Okay, but how are you is not an alphabet, okay, because it has spaces. Similarly, you have other functions. Okay, let's do is and we'll leave it today. So similarly, you have is lower. Lower means lower case.
Hmm.
Okay, is str lower? No, we have W as capital. Okay, so it's going to check. If you want to check if a character is lower or not, this is how you will check. Okay. Then you have alnum. Alnum means it should have both alphabet and number. If it has both alphabet and number, then it is true. Okay, not and. Okay, I'm sorry. It should have alphabet or number. Okay, so when you say alphabet, okay, it doesn't mean that all A to Z should be there. It means it should have alphabet. It should have only alphabet in it, right? So similarly, when I say alpha num, it doesn't mean that it should have all 26 character plus 10 digits. No? And if it has all alphabet also, it's fine. If it has all numbers also, it is fine. And if it has alphabet plus number, then also it is fine. Okay. It need not have both, but it should not have anything else other than alphabet and number. It should not have space. Is title is like just like is lower taking is it title case. Is numeric. It is to check if it is only numeric. Okay. Is space. Yeah, this is used to check if it is a space. Okay.
Yes,
Is
space is there. Yeah.
yeah. Is space. Okay, it's not al space. As al space means alphabet and space. Is space is only to check a space. If you have a space b, it is also false because it is not
Okay.
space. It has space, but it is not. It's like is, not contains. Okay. Okay. Then you have is uppercase. Is digit is like checking a digit. Is decimal is to check if there's point also. Is identifier and is printable. Okay, you check in the document. Okay, so this is how we use is. Then we can use title case. Okay, now let's do one thing. Here I'm going to say is title. Tell me, will it be true or false?
Is title true?
True.
Yeah.
True or false?
Okay, is title true? Which false. False, sir. In the STR1,
Mhm.
hello,
Mhm.
it's
Yes,
false,
yes.
sir. Answer.
False.
Yeah.
It's sure about it.
Yes, sir. Because I can see in the previous answer, I can say. Uh,
Okay, so it is false. Okay, because
so why it is
STR,
false means, yeah.
right? So what happens
Hmm.
is, okay, in functions we have something called as return values also, right? What does it return? In this case, when I say str1 equal to title, it is returning only true or false. It is not changing the value of str. If I go and print str1 here, I'm going to say print str1 after title check. Okay, okay,
STR1. Okay.
str1. See, after check also it is same thing. Okay, while displaying it is displaying. Okay, it is not changing the value of str1. But if I do something like this,
Because we are reading this up keyword over there, like title.
yes. But if I do str1 equal to str1 dot title, then you see it converts. Okay, so it becomes true. It converts into title case. It becomes true. You have to understand there are some functions which will change. There are some functions which will not change. Okay, so this is how you can actually print and see what is the value, if it's changing or not. Okay, so in this case, it is not changing str. It is simply checking if a string is title or not. Okay, in title, it's going to print the title version of str. It is not. It is not changing. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So now, okay, so this is what, okay, so similarly you have title is alpha. Okay, so we will end it here. I want you to practice these things. Is alpha, upper, lower, title, is digit,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Those
okay,
keywords, everything.
yes. So all is I want you to practice and see. Okay, and then try to look at the documents. Tomorrow we will look at some important functions, okay, which generally we use to manipulate string. Okay, we generally use to manipulate string. So we'll talk about strip, join, split, find, these kind of functions, and we'll see how they work. And probably we should be able to finish that in half an hour. Okay, and then we're
Yeah.
going to start list. Okay, so tomorrow 5 o'clock, let's meet. Okay, and as if I forget, if you forget, I'll remind you. If I forget, you remind me. Okay,
Yeah, sure, sir.
yeah, we'll connect at 5.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care, Vishnu. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.